The PGA Show is the golf industry's trade show, organised each January in Orlando, Florida by the PGA of America. This year it was opened by two-time Masters champion Bubba Watson. The show provides the perfect platform for people from every aspect of the game to get together to discuss the future of the sport. The day before events began indoors, the PGA Show Demo Day took place, providing an opportunity for manufacturers to showcase their latest products. We caught up with Bubba there as he took part in a clinic, showcasing some of his remarkable shot-shaping skills, which he learned despite famously never having a golf lesson in his life.
I had big old trees. My house is close to 100 years old, where I grew up, and so I would go around the house one way. I'd go around from right to left, so it'd be a cut for me, and then I'd go around the opposite way, which would be a draw for me. So I would practice with wiffle balls, and then when I got better, my parents let me use real balls around the house. Inside my house, I used to chip over chairs and everything with plastic balls off the carpet, and then when I got better, I used real balls in the house. And so that's how I learned to play. That's how I'm a short game. That's why I use lob wedge everywhere, because I practiced so much with it inside my house that I got better with it.
Bubba may not rely on technical analysis from a coach, but that doesn't mean he's simply a grip it and rip it kind of guy. Speak to the development team at Ping and it's clear that he has a deep understanding of the game.
Bubba, quite famously, has never had a lesson in his life, but he really knows his numbers very well. He comes in to see us in Phoenix, and he gets fitted very regularly, and he really works with our staff on knowing his game inside out, knowing his numbers, and when we try out new products, we do a proper fitting, and we really get the specs dialed in for what he needs. So he knows exactly what his numbers are with every club in the bag.
I think I'm smart enough to understand how the golf swing works. I've never broke down my swing on video or anything, but I just understand, like, you know, after I hit a shot, I can look and go, okay, I rolled my wrist over this time, or I left it open this time, or I closed my stance. So it's not about being technical, it's just about I know kind of what I did, and I know the reasons why it caused the ball to go one direction or the other.
Bubba has very clear ideas about the equipment he uses too. You only have to delve into his bag to discover the lengths he goes to get his clubs set up right.
So I'll start with the driver. Bubba's playing, it's a G30 driver, but he has a pretty particular set of specs that he needs it built to, because he has a pretty unique swing, as I think everyone's seen. So starting with the loft, it's a 9-degree lofted head, but actually we'll sort through the heads and find one in the exact loft that he needs. It does vary a little bit as we move from model to model. With the G30, I think he's quite a little bit lower than 9, but we'll specify it to the exact 10th of a degree, and we'll find a head just right for him. The shaft is a bimatrix. It's a pretty unique shaft with a steel tip and a carbon fiber rest of the shaft. That fits him. He's tried a lot of shafts out. He's not playing it just because it's pink. He's playing it because it's the shaft that works for him and doesn't go right on him. That's what he wants. The other thing that's pretty unique about all his clubs is he doesn't get the grips on straight. He gets the grips on open. If you look down the line of the Ping, the face is pretty open. Again, that's a fitting thing that works for Bubba. That wouldn't work for most players, but in our works department, there's a Bubba line that they build the clubs to, whereas everyone else gets them straight. So that's kind of his driver. The rest of the set follows that same pattern. He has a very particular set of specs that he wants from his fitting that gets him the ball flight he wants. So probably the best example, or the most extreme example of the grip, is this 60-degree club, where if I hold it out straight with the Ping up, it's out there at a huge angle. Now a lot of players really wouldn't be able to play that club, but for him it works, and that's where he wants it, and we have all his specs dialed in so that we can build the clubs the same every time for him.
Watson is someone who knows just what he needs from his equipment. He understands golf and its demands, but doesn't practice like most pros. In fact, he gets bored after much more than about 15 minutes on the range. His knowledge comes from playing the game, not from reading about it or watching it.
I've never read a book. Let's be honest. I don't like reading. It gets boring. I don't have that. I can't sit still for that long, and so I've never had any advice. It's just all myself. And what I like to do, my attention span is very short, so I don't have an hour or 2 hours that I can sit on the range. And so for me, it's about 15 minutes just to practice on what I want to practice. Like if my ball's not cutting that day, and I want it to move to the left, I go out there for about 10 minutes and just try to figure out why it's not moving to the left, and then I try to overcome it. I'll be bored for 2 hours sitting on the range. For me, it's all learning it myself. You know, going out there and having a passion for the game. I want to get better. If that means beating my friends or beating the members at my golf course or beating the pros, I just want to get better at the game. And so for me, it's about going on there, going on the golf course and learning shots and remembering why that shot was good and how the body felt, and then try to recreate that shot.
Yes, Bubba has strong views on the technical side of the game and is passionate about golfers discovering a natural swing that suits their physique rather than being shoehorned into an orthodox style.
The golf swing is got to be your own. If you don't own your own golf swing, you're not going to be able to play good golf. And so for me, I own my golf swing. I make it cut when I need it to, and I make it draw when I need to. And but then when the final score is going to always be short game. You got to practice short game. But the swing doesn't matter to me. It's about what score you shoot. You can be the ugliest golf swing in the world. If you're shooting under par, you're shooting under par.
Bubba's approach to the game is refreshingly unique, and whilst he may play the joker off the course, on it he's all business, and we're not ruling out a third green jacket come April.